Calling.
Hey.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Hey, guys.
Hey. I'm Tanisha Jelana.
I'm Winter Truel.
I'm Deja Keel.
And it's your girl, Amani Cayo, and we back with another episode. Can you guys believe it? We're already on episode 4. It's getting crazy. We getting deeper and deeper, and the tea is getting hotter.
It is.
Yeah.
Piping.
So before we even get into it, let's first ask our main question of the episode. Well, how was everyone doing? How was everyone's day?
First of all, we just released our logo today. So I've been happy all day.
Snaps on that.
I know that's
Snaps
right.
on that.
Well, I was very overstimulated, so I had to understimulate myself enough so that way I could sit here and hold this conversation and not be nonverbal the entire time.
It really be like that. I feel like Monday'd today, so there is that. But went to the gym. We're turning the night around so I can get a good night's rest. But Monday'd me for sure.
How was your weekend, everyone? Like, what'd you do?
Quick. It was quick. That's how my weekend was.
Yeah.
It's always quick.
It's always quick. I mean, I blink and Monday be here.
Right.
Girl, I don't even get a full blinking. I take a deep breath and it's over.
No, for real.
Insane.
It actually is insane. It makes no sense. I need an extra day in between Sunday and Monday.
And then one between Monday and Tuesday so that way I can really get into the week.
No, for
Just be
real.
too much. Your girl be tired.
Yo, I'm crying. All right, so let's get into it. And let's topic today. The main topic that we will be speaking on with this episode is about relationships. Okay? All right. So the first thing we're going to talk about is cheating in a relationship. How do you see cheating? One thing that me and Dee did see today on social media was a lot of people talking about micro cheating. And the first thing I said to myself was, what the hell is micro cheating? What is that? I don't know.
Right.
Exact question. For sure. So let me
Go ahead and
know
break
because
that one
I
down.
don't know at all.
Yeah. No idea.
When I first read it as well, I was like, what is micro cheating? And then it was one of those quotes, it was like, check the comments. So I sure did went right to the comments to figure out what the tea was. And basically just reading it, it's basically like cheating without it being big, major things. Like, so cheating, like meeting up with someone that your partner doesn't know, or complaining about your partner to another person of interest. Other things were saying things like, if I wasn't in a relationship, I would da-da-da-da-da, or keeping in contact with your exes, trying to impress someone you have a crush on, telling someone you're single when you aren't. Basically, micro cheating is cheating without like physically cheating on someone or emotionally cheating on someone. It's basically doing it's cheating tendencies and qualities without it being
Okay, so it's
full
cheating.
but it's cheating, basically. It's cheating.
Just
I
without
think
doing
they
the
said
do.
micro without it being
it's the little
too
stuff
much.
that lead up.
Exactly.
Okay.
It leads up to
Got
the
it.
major cheating. It's the key components before it gets to that level.
So how do you guys feel about micro cheating?
So, cheating is cheating. I don't give a flanking who, whether it's little cheating, big cheating, tiny cheating, microscopic cheating. Cheating is cheating, and that just is what it is. But I think something that I heard a while back about cheating, because a lot of people have different opinions on what cheating is, what quantifies or qualifies cheating to them, and in their relationships with their significant others. So basically what I heard is that anything outside of the boundaries that you have set for your relationship is cheating. If I feel as though it is crossing a boundary for you to be super flirty, regardless on if you say that's your personality or not, if you're constantly kikiing in someone's face, regardless on if I like them or not, that can be quantified as cheating, period. If I say I don't like you talking to female coworkers outside of work, that's cheating. If I say I don't want you kissing nobody, outside of me, that's cheating. Like if I say I don't want you doing to do with nobody outside of me, that's cheating. Whatever it is, the boundary that I've set, if you are going outside of it and you know, like you know, because you ain't doing it in front of my face. If you know I'm gonna feel some type of way about it and it's gonna be a problem, that is cheating.
Yeah, I feel like the main thing about that is definitely the boundaries you set in your relationship, for sure. That should definitely be talked about before any type of situation were to even happen, so you can avoid all type of crazy situations, because then they'll just be like, oh, well, we never talked about that.
Oh, that's crazy.
I was gonna say, I feel like sometimes people use that as a scapegoat.
Yes.
So that you could say like, oh, I didn't know you would be uncomfortable with that. But a lot of the things that people do that we would, that would qualify, I guess, as cheating are things that is just kind of like social standard. If you've been on this earth, you know that like 9 times out of 10, if you're in a relationship, you probably shouldn't be doing that. Again, there may be certain things that some relationships have set, with each other that may be different than somebody else's relationship. Obviously, there's people who are in open relationships, and I don't know nothing about that. But, from what I hear, that if that's their thing, their main thing is you have to talk to me about it, right? Like I've heard that from people, like they have to have a conversation about whether it's them bringing somebody else into the fold, whether it's them going out on a date or whatever. Even if they are in an open relationship, their boundary may just be, this is a conversation that we need to have before you make moves or pursue this other person. And so I definitely do agree that no matter what structure your relationship is, I think cheating is definitely defined by, one, obviously the social norms, that's just is what it is, but definitely also the boundaries that you two decide, like this is what I'm comfortable with and this is what I'm not comfortable with.
I think the main thing is really just saying to yourself is like, don't do something that you wouldn't want your partner doing. That's really just the main thing, honestly. But since we're on the topic of boundaries, what are you guys' healthy boundaries in your relationships, and how do you set them?
My number one rule is we gonna talk it out, not argue, not yell, not fight, not silent treatment each other to death. We're gonna talk it out. I'm big on communication, and anybody who knows me knows this in all of my relationships, whether it be romantic, whether it be familial, whether it be friends, whether it be acquaintance, whether it be professional. We gonna get into the nitty gritty because I can't read your mind, nor will I try to. I can pick up on things based off of your actions and what you are consistent doing. By the end of the day, we're going to talk about it. So one of my biggest things in all of my relationship is communication, but not only just the act of communicating and speaking the words, but actually truly comprehending what one another are saying, because communication without comprehension is pointless.
I feel like when it comes to relationships, and I mean like romantic relationships, my boundaries are things that I've found over time and over the experience I've had. That's where I kind of paved my way of understanding what I do like and what I don't like. But something that's important for me, I'm a very chill person when it comes to my relationships. You want to hang out with your friends, great, because when it's time for me to hang out with mine, I don't want to hear nothing. You want to have a boys' night, great. When it's time for me to have a girls' night, I'm gonna do it. So I'm that type of girl. And I think something that is important to me is just basically updating me when you are doing those type of things. Like if you are having a boys' night and you guys are hanging out at someone's house, y'all are watching football game, then y'all decide to go out to a bar, just text me, hey, we're about to go out to the bar now, like blah, 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 just to let me know like that's what you're doing. And I feel like that's a boundary that I feel like is important for me. And it's not because of non-trusting. It's just like, I'd rather just like feel like I'm on your mind too throughout your time. And, vice versa. If it was me and we made last minute plans with my girls after we had a girls' night and now we want to go out to the club, I'm like, oh, we're going to go out to the club now. Like, or that's what we're trying to do, blah, blah. And just like communicating while I'm already out, I think helps a lot with my relationships. And that's something that I value.
Something that I think, and it kind of plays off of what Deke was talking about, but something that I think is healthy in my relationship is still having singleness in my relationship. Not, now people don't get carried away. Not singleness as in relationship status singleness, but singleness as in like individualism, still being my own person and him still being able to be his own person, still being able to live, the life that he had before with his friends and things like that. Obviously, it's just different now because he's in a relationship. But I still think that it's very important for people who are in relationships, whether that's you are boyfriend and girlfriend, fiancés, married, it's still important for you to be your own person, because it's just unhealthy to get lost in somebody else. Because there's going to be rough patches, and when those rough patches come, and you're just kind of left disheveled because all of you is like soaked up into this one person. So you don't know how to really sit by yourself and be by yourself when those rough patches come, because they're going to come in your relationships. So I think that that's something that has helped in my relationship in general, is just like being able to still be ourselves, but still be a unit at the same time. We have set boundaries, and so we kind of know what we expect from each other. Like, we have very clear expectations when it comes to certain things. So I think that that's something that we have applied that works. But you have to really just be, honestly, even with that, you have to just be open and honest. Like, what are things that you need from your partner to, because at the end, this is another thing. See, look, now my brain's spiraling. I don't care what nobody says, but I feel like, and this just sparked off of what Didi said too, you can trust your partner all day and night, but there's still something about them reaching out to you and just having that open line of communication if they're out, if they're doing their own thing. Like, at the end of the day, everybody wants reassurance. So that's just a little way that they can give that to you. So I don't see the problem with people being like, oh, you have to check in with your man, and I'm going to. And I'm going to.
And I don't have to. I want to.
Yeah.
But the have to is self-imposed.
Right.
And vice versa. Because I know for sure, and it's not even about the check-in. It's really twofold. Yes, to Didi's point, it's nice to know that you're thinking about me. But also, that's my man. Like,
no, for real.
That is my man, my man, my man. I'm not out there with him. His friends, screws ain't all the way tied in. They ain't all the way screwed in. They ain't all the way there. So I need to know that you're okay.
No, for real.
Like, I can't put hands on you. I can't put eyes on you. So to cool my anxiety and allow you to have a great night, and for me to enjoy my night, just let me know you cool.
Yeah.
Let me know you good. Because I've always said that I'll be darned if something happened to my man, my daughter, my child, my dog, my mom, one of my people, and me have to find out on the news. Like, it doesn't even matter. You get locked up. Why am I trying to find you? Because they ain't let you make your call yet.
Right.
And I got to get on Twitter and looked at the
No, for
people
real.
who've been
Yeah.
booked in the last 48 hours. Like, that's insane.
No, for real. That is true. That is really true. That's a valid point. I think about that too. Also, too, I just think about, at the end of the day, we're with Black men and we live in the world that we live in. So my man always tells me that I need to relax and calm down, but that really genuinely is a fear. It doesn't even matter if he's going to park the car. I'm texting that phone. If it's taking too long for you to get back because you dropped me off at the front and I'm sitting at the front and it's been a little bit too long, I'm like, where are you? Are you okay? Is everything fine? And he'll be walking in through the door like, you have to calm down. Like, I am okay. I'm a grown man. I don't care about none of that. My anxiety is high literally all the time. So I feel winter on that for sure, because it don't even matter. It don't even have to be him going out with somebody else. We could be out together and he just had to walk away to the car real quick. And I'm texting that phone if it's been a couple seconds too long of my life.
That part.
She said we got to be on top of that. Communicate. But no, definitely big on communication. And I feel like it's such a red flag for me to even have to explain that to certain people, because I feel like certain stuff don't need to be explained.
I feel like that's the bare minimum of things. Like, so if I have to tell you to communicate, that's just like problematic. Like, that's the absolute, and I understand not everyone knows how to communicate, and that's something that they learn over time.
You saw my deep breath.
I get that, but that's not something I'm going to continuously tell you to change and or work on, because after a certain
that's
point,
different.
you're just not doing it. Yeah.
That's weaponizing competence, as the therapist would like to say.
Honestly, just hearing Tay talk about how if they walk away for a little too long, this man he's better at it now. But he used to just like leave. Like if we went somewhere, like if we went out and like say most of the time we went out with our friends. So like don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm by myself, but like we went out with our friends, like, and then he would just like leave and I'll be looking around like, where did he go? Like thinking, is he fine? And that's something that I had to be worked on, because I'm like, first of all, we're out here together. You're not just going to walk away from me. I don't care if you're going to the bathroom. Tell me that you're going to the bathroom. I should not be going. I should not be talking.
Okay.
Like, tell me, why am I talking to my friend right here, like Kiki Kian, and I turn to get you a part of the joke and you're not there? And you didn't even mention that you were going somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? So I definitely feel that the thing that with me is I'm not going to text your phone. I don't even think it's really a pride thing. I really just don't think it's just not. Like, I don't know. It's just not me. Like, I'm not about to be texting your phone. I'm not going to be blowing your phone up like I feel like I'm... No. I guess it's a pride thing.
That's valid.
I don't know.
That's valid. That's you. I 100% get it.
Yes.
And yeah, definitely very you. But baby, I'm texting that phone. And if I don't get a response within a reasonable amount of time and I start to get heart palpitations, oh baby, guess what? Ring ring.
Calling.
D said, I'm gonna wait till I see him come back to the same spot and be like, now where were you at?
I'm gonna see you in person, face to face, because I'm not about to. You know what? I think that's what it is, because I'm not about to sit there and text you and then you don't answer, and then I'm calling you and then you're not answering, because now I'm starting to get pissed off compared to me just being like, all right, let me give it a second. Now, if I text, you know, maybe I need to, like, yo, where you go? But once I don't get no answer after I've tried to contact, now I'm pissed off. So instead of getting pissed off, I just like, let me give it a second and then address the situation. Like, why didn't you just where'd you go? Like, okay, why you just didn't let me know that's what you were doing? I was looking for you. And I feel like that helped me personally better communicate instead of getting upset, because I'm not trying to get mad, but I also need you to understand the importance of communicating before you just disappear.
Yeah, no, that does make sense. I also think another thing to take into account is I know my man, and if I don't see him, we also have to keep in mind our partners. My man is a shadow partner. It's like he's never too far, but he's literally watching my every move. He will tell me people who were looking at me, people who walked past me, people who were standing right next to me that I didn't even know existed. So I literally have a shadow man. Like he might not be right there, but he knows what's going on with me. And so if I don't see him at some point in time and my anxiety is getting up, I also know my man and his temper, and his lack of tolerance and patience for the human species. So I already start to get a little, all right, well, what's going on where he at? Is he cool? Because it doesn't really take much for him to, you know? So there's also other things that go into me wanting to know, like, are you okay? Just check in, let me know that you're good. If you stepped away, cool, because you could be stepping out for a whole other reason.
No, it's a fact.
Okay, that definitely makes some more sense, because I feel like if I was with someone that was similar in that way, then I feel like I would definitely be a little more.
Mm-hmm. And in the past, I wasn't like that, and that's also why I say that it matters.
That was a good one. That was a good one right there. So, what do you guys deal breakers in relationships? All right, I'll go first. So the ones that I had written down were future goals within themselves. I feel like this is a really big one for me, because if you don't see yourself like trying to be successful in your life and you real stagnant doing the same thing you was doing at high school, we are not meant to be together, baby. That might be fine for you, but for me, no. Because I ain't dealing with no man that's thinking I'm gonna provide for them 100%, and they only not even giving me 2. Absolutely not. And then on top of that, first of all, we not even meant to be together if you're not making the same money as me or more.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's a good. Yeah, it's the okay.
Yes.
That's
That's
fair.
also
Yeah, no, that's
standard.
fair.
I was gonna say
So
that's fair for that to
Mhm.
be your standard. That's fair.
What are you doing?
That's
Let me
fair.
help you. Actually, I should even give you a little bit of help, but like, come on, 100%. I ain't not.
Can we just acknowledge how you just skated back real smooth? Talk about song. I gotta do that. Let me help you. Okay, lover girl.
Yeah, because sometimes I don't mind helping people, but it's like, don't take advantage of what I'm providing for you, because then that's when that's when it's like, all right, now you're doing too much because I'm not your mother.
Yeah, pretty much. You got to have your own. You got to be able to bring what I'm
At
bringing.
some point. Yeah.
Right.
Because I don't.
Like, I'm willing to put food on the table, but not the whole appetizer, entree, and dessert.
Just like get a little
Not the whole
salad.
course meal.
No, I feel you on that. Because at least in terms of the income portion of what you said, I am not opposed to me making more money than my partner at all. That doesn't really, like, I don't know, that doesn't bother me. I don't care if I'm the majority breadwinner, but like, you have to win some bread. Like, that's just kind of what it is. Like, that's just kind of how I look at it. And my thing is too, and this is again part of just, I don't know, the way I'm wired, I guess, but I truly do believe, like, if you are doing your passion and you are genuinely like happy with what you do every single day, I'd rather my man come home and be ecstatic to tell me about his day and tell me about what's going on and yada, yada, yada. And I make more money and I have a man that's happy with his life at home and at work. Like, I would prefer that than you to be going out here trying to make more money than me just because of a GP and then come home and you're miserable every day. Because we can't, that's just not going to work. We cannot be messing up the flow and the energy of the household because you're miserable just because you're chasing a bag. That's not worth it to me. Like, your happiness is not worth that just because you want to make more money than I do. So in that type of situation, I'm perfectly fine with my partner making less than me if they're still,
as long as they're
hustling in
definitely
their
having
way. You know what I'm saying?
An end goal, long-term goal with what they're doing, because you should never want to feel comfortable in a position that you're in. You should always want to feel like you want to grow. So it's like, as long as they have that mentality, then nothing's wrong with that. But baby, I can't be taking care of all the bills and you want me to have your kids too?
Does he cook?
Like, now you're doing too much. Like,
does he clean?
He better.
Right. Like, what's the attributes here?
He better.
Because the bills and the babies is crazy. Does he nanny? That's crazy. Nanny his own kids.
Like, and I'm looking for a family. I'm not.
All right.
No, I'm going to say nanny is crazy. That is crazy. Because at this point, he better be the best caretaker we ever seen.
Daddy of the day, daddy of the year, daddy of the month.
Yeah.
Like, it's giving daddy of the century at that point, because I need you to be top tier.
And the best daddy award goes to?
You ain't bringing absolutely nothing. Yeah, we have to be top tier in that category.
Literally.
Swear.
Honestly, a deal breaker for me is definitely cheating. And I say this to say, when it comes to me, loyalty, I'm going to stand 10 toes behind, anyone that I feel deserves my loyalty. Now that's friends, family, partners, whatever. So for me, cheating is just like the number one way to show me that you're disloyal to me. And from there, I just kind of, everything shifts once that happens. So for me, a deal breaker definitely is cheating. Like, I've attempted to do the let me work it out one good time. I tried that. And that's a long, hard process to even like try to smooth over, suppress, grow through. And it's something that definitely is a boundary that I just won't ever allow someone to cross when it comes to me. But yeah, that's definitely my number one top deal breaker. And I'm going to leave after the first strike every time.
That's valid. I think for me, and this is probably very, very vague, but it's do not lie. Like, do not be a liar. Clarification. I just can't do it because, for one, I don't open up to very many people. period. So for you to have the audacity to then break my trust by blatantly, intentionally, repetitively lying and actually being so now I'm talking about the character of the person. If you are a liar, I can't do it. And listen, even the most honest person on this walking this planet lies from time to time. I get it, but just don't be a liar. I can't do it. I don't care. We're not even talking about romantic relationships at this point. See, I'm stuttering. That one got me. Just do not turn out to be a liar, because then it feels like you're playing with my intelligence, and there's just something about that that's going to do it for me every time.
I mean,
and it literally gets me so hot. Like, do you know, and this is going to sound so crazy, but like, for real, do you know who I am?
I'm about to throw this computer across the room because literally, I mean, 38 hot, like, boom, burns me up.
Like, I'm really, like, when I say I'm not one of them, like, I say it in the most loving, warm-hearted, 10 toes down, hard body, like, please don't play in my face. Do not play with my intelligence. Like, I love you down, and we can make it through a lot. Now, cheating's another one. But I feel like if you're a cheater, you're already a liar. So, there's that.
See, that
just
part. Yeah. I think they definitely are one for me. I agree with the lying. I'm also not, like, personally, I'm not a good liar.
That part.
Because I'm just not
snitch on myself every time.
I'm not good with keeping up with a lie. Like, I can't do that, you know.
Tanasia, you nodded a little too hard. Because one thing about it, I'm a snitch on myself every time. I'm a terrible liar.
And I'm a terrible liar, and I can't keep up with it. So if I can't do it, I don't want to be with somebody that can, if I'm being completely honest.
But it's like, if you're going to do all that, why are we in a relationship? What are we doing?
Exactly. Like that's the point.
That's the thing, though.
That's the thing.
People, no, but what I've come to realize, because I really don't like it, and when I say, like, it's so far removed from even romantic relationships, I just mean as a character trait in general. People who are liars, like habitual liars, even to the point where their lies aren't even that big. Like, they're not catastrophic. They're not going to end the world, but they just be lying just to lie, right? It's like breathing to them. Where were you? Oh, I was in my car. Oh, you was in your car when you get out of work at 5 o'clock, but you was in your car at 4:45? Oh, no, I wasn't in my car. So why would you tell me that you were in your car? People who are liars, like, it's literally just, that's their default.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're really playing in my face, because I know basic math.
Because then 1 + 1 is...
And it'd be the little things too.
Yes.
It'd be the little things. Like, they don't think that it's like, oh, like, yeah, I just lied about this little... Regardless of the fact you lied. So what else could you be lying about that you told me and I believed you?
Right.
Now I don't
Like,
trust
it was nothing,
you.
though. Like, yeah.
And then when trust get in the bunch, listen, it's a bad bunch. It's a bad batch. I'm gonna need a whole new batch. Like, then there's no point. Like, now I don't trust you. Now I feel like there's no point of us even being in a relationship, because you need trust to be in a relationship.
That is true.
Yes, ma'am.
You got a point there.
And my other deal breaker is, this is a really, like, another big one for me too. Like, and I just want to know if it's, like, for y'all as well, which I hope it is.
So what is it?
Right.
Because I hope it is.
So yeah, another deal breaker for me is compatible sex. I do not enjoy the intercourse that I feel like I can't be with you long term. I'm just speaking long term.
It was the hands up, don't shoot for me.
Hands up.
Don't shoot the
Like, I ain't trying to hurt nobody. That was crazy.
For real, like,
I wish y'all could have seen it.
Like, literally, hands up, don't shoot. Okay, got it.
like, seriously, like, I can't settle. Like, that's a main, like, factor that needs to be put in place. That's something that I have to enjoy for us to even see anything long term with that person. Like, and I think my other issue is, like, how do I even tell them? Like, you know, like, how you break the news?
You don't.
You just move on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because that's what I was already doing.
Not that's what I was already doing.
I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't wrong. All right, that's good to know.
I mean, there is other more mature ways to go about it, I guess. But what's the reason? Like,
right? There's no reason. Like, I'm not obligated to do nothing because you're not like my man. Like, we didn't get there yet.
So
well, girl, see, if that's not even your man, why are we having the conversation?
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, wait.
No, I'm saying like my man. Like, you know how want the, like, you could be saying that's your man, but y'all not even in an actual relationship. Y'all don't got no title.
Yeah, that's crazy. That ain't never been me, but that does happen a lot.
Winter, there's not just you people that are listening to this podcast, okay? There are other
No, I
people.
know. I'm just...
4 cousins, 4 minds.
My cheeks actually hurt, bro. Like they genuinely hurt. Oh my gosh.
It's the pre stages before you get to there. That's what you're talking about. The dating part.
Yeah, because there's no way that I'm about to get in a relationship with a man that we didn't get to that stage yet.
Yeah.
How am I gonna call you my boyfriend and then we get in the bed and I'm like, whoa.
That's valid.
That's the whole thing?
Wait, what
Not
you
this
mean?
what I
Wait,
waited
wait,
for.
wait.
That's it.
What you mean? That's the whole thing.
What do you mean? Is that the whole thing?
Listen, that could mean a lot of things. Whatever y'all mind thinking that means, that's probably what it means. But, you know, it's a general...
Bro, my cheek literally hurt. Like,
yo, my head hurts at this point.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
like, you ever try to laugh quietly, but like it's the whole body? I should be screaming laugh. My head hurts.
oh my gosh, my cheekbones feel like they are the highest.
Like,
in
but
their
am I
entire
not
life.
right though? Like, there's no way you're calling a man your boyfriend and y'all didn't even do the do yet.
I feel like
I can't agree with that, but I understand your perspective.
yeah, I'm like there's
I'll just
different
say
that.
Yes,
perspectives for
100
sure.
that. 100%.
Okay, so if you've been in a situation where, well, if you were in a situation where you got into a relationship with a guy and y'all did the do and it wasn't as enjoyable to you, then what do you do? Okay, hold on. We're gonna have to take a break and jump back into this conversation on Sunday. Here's a sneak peek of what's to come.
I'm gonna give it a try with me guiding him, and then after that, he might run it up.
First of all, I'm dealing with a lot of stuff. I don't want you to come to tell me any more about him because
Like, you know how-
Sacrifice. That's the
No,
sacrifice
no.
word.
Oh my gosh.
Yo.
Now this is a conversation, honey, okay?
Thanks for tuning in to Group Chat Calling. Don't forget, part 2 of this episode drops Sunday, December 22nd. Same place, same time, different day. Consider our special gift to you, groupies. See you then.